So over the last day, the market was gaslighting us like your favorite toxic ex. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, let's take a dive into the charts and look at it.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private.
What's going on, family? My name is Tay Swift, for those of you who don't know, of course. And I'm here to bring you another STB Market Watch. Now, who am I and why do I qualify to teach you about stocks, trading, whatever it may be? Well, I'm a trader of over 10 years. Yeah, damn, it's been a long time. Over 10 years now. I got my start in the penny stocks world, right? Where we did, a bunch of crappy companies, right? Like we were trading crappy companies, but it was all technical analysis. If you know how to trade crappy companies and trade MOMO, which is momentum, you know how to trade using lagging indicators. When you come over to the large cap world, or you come over to a more liquid market, you come over to crypto and you use more of predictive indicators versus lagging indicators, it's crazy. It's totally different. But when you come from that world of trading crappy companies, the solid companies are very easy to trade. And that's why I do what I do. So I'm bringing you kind of that sauce from that world. And I had been doing that since I was a personal trainer. You can go back through my YouTube and you'll see my personal trainer days. I was actually trading to supplement my income as a personal trainer. As money came in, I was making a lot of money as a personal trainer. And I wanted to supplement the things that instead of spending my money, if I wanted to buy something, I trade it and buy it that way. So I met, I'm not gonna get into the story, but met some really cool people that taught me these things, including my first billionaire I had met through my training career. So that's neither here nor there. So let's dive into it and see what we have going on with the S&P 500. And then, of course, we have some Bitcoin related positions in the public profile or the public account. So we're going to also talk about Bitcoin, see what that's doing. All right, let's dive into the charts. All right, family, so we're diving into the charts. Of course, I want to do the ES because that's what it runs all night for the most part. And it kind of gives us a look into the future before the market actually opens. We've been consolidating this crazy box right in here. So here to here. Anybody want to know? Of course, y'all not live, but why do we stop there? Right? Something I teach in STB is there are multiple support and resistance areas, right? This is what we would call an area of psychological resistance. 4,200, the whole market starts looking like, should we actually buy into that? No. Anybody who buys 41.99, you're buying into psychological resistance. And as you see, it hit it, got a little bit above it, 42.04, and then we failed. That's just how this works, okay? Where do we fall to? Well, if you look back here at, let's say Fridays, it's testing this Friday's like low right in here, okay? And as you see, we're still bouncing right in this area. Now, this does, this looks like it's trying to set in a double bottom. We may take a bounce, right? And the reason why I want to see this bounce is because we're going to get into our predictive indicator. One of my favorite predictive indicators is the waves, right? The wave patterns. And one of the wave patterns that I am seeing right now is this play out, right? Bing, and you can actually consider this whole thing, potentially, this whole thing. We need to see how it plays out because waves have rules. But potentially this could be a one full wave, bing, and that could give us that A, B, C down. Now, if it does not, okay, I want to make a different color. So let's see. We'll make a red one just for fun, right? It could still be this. So 1, 2. I think this could be a whole 3, 4. Then we go 5, right? Where is 5 going to be? I'm looking at that 41.14 to 41.20 area, right? Then we would get our A, B, C. That is what I'm expecting. We'll have to see. I don't know. We'll have to see. What I will say, and the reason why I say we have to see is because guess what? Predictive patterns, they work like crazy, but they have rules, right? And if the market, because the market's made up of humans, if the market pushes one way, and it breaks a rule. So let's say we break up under 41.68, we close up below that, we're going to come down and test the area probably somewhere back here, right? We're going to test this area. So we'll probably come in here, test this area as low as 41.46, 41.48, as low as 41.48, then we may bounce. So that's just kind of what I'm looking at. Why am I looking at it like that? Because once again, not to get too deep into like teaching the whole thing, I'm just here to kind of show, because teaching, this the 2-hour class for me teach the way I teach. But what we like to see often is certain pullbacks, right? Or let me say it this way, a number of retracement. And if you retrace too far, of course, then you're going to get knocked out, and then it invalidates the whole thing. All right, you have to start over. So that's what I'll be looking for, but I'm expecting this to hold. It does look like it wants to hold. So we're probably going to bounce. And like I said, bounce into that area. Why would we bounce into that area? Let's go back and look. All right, so as we look left and we come back here, this brings us back to August 22. So August 2022, one really crazy area, and I'm sure people don't even know to look this far back or even know about this. One crazy area that I'm eyeballing is this 41.21, 41.27-ish area. Why? Because that's a gap. That is a gap in the ES. And guess what? The ES doesn't like gaps. So the ES wants to fill that gap, right? And as you see, it was tested. So gap down, test. And as you see here, it was also, they front ran it, but it was a test there. So once again, as we go all the way back, you see this thing has not been closed, right? This gap has not been closed, not been closed, and we're getting close, right? So once again, this is what I'm going to be looking for. I'm going to be I'll be buying some bounces as I expect this to take me there. All right. So I would say we should be able to get there near term. Let's do another path. We should be able to get there within the next day or two. I don't know what Apple's earnings is going to bring. If we get that here, wave 4, wave 5, I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday, we may be able to get there. Once again, if we break a rule back here and it breaks beneath something, then of course the path is broken. We have to redo the path. But yeah, 42.30 is going to be, as high as 42.30, but we're trying to get up to the closest gap. That's exactly what's happening, and we should see it soon. If we draw, a lot of people say, I don't like trend lines. You better start to like them. All right. If this is wave 4, of course, we'd have to move that trend line here. This is wave 4. If this one is wave 4, then you're on the downside, right? So we have to look and see what this is going to do, because if it closed below this, then this was wave 4 right here. Okay, and that's just following the rules. That's all. And then of course we need to draw a line connecting 1 to 3, which would be somewhere in here. So what we can see is we traded in this area, support, resistance, support, resistance. It's like clockwork, support, and you broke support, right? So you broke support. It gave you confirmation candles, 2 candles, 2 consecutive candles, same color, confirmation candles there. The reason why this still can go up and test this area, because if you know anything about support and resistance, when you break support, it turns into resistance, and it wants to test it to let you know, yes, this is resistance. So I can see us going as high as here. That is something that I will be looking for. All right. So that is what's on the board for me. I mean, it doesn't get more like clean than this. All right. And like I said, it's predictive. It's predictive because you can actually follow the rules and say, as long as this rule doesn't break, you're going here. If the rule breaks, wait to see the test. So like kind of when this broke, we wait to see a test of this to say, okay, it really is resistance now, right? And then you go down. So once again, that is what I'm seeing for the ES. Going over to BTC. Let's talk about it. BTC, we are trading in this nutty range. It's getting crazy, right? It's getting crazy. But as we see, it gave us a reason why it did that. Popped down. It was a crazy, crazy down move. Went back up, closed this box, and then we retraced it. Okay, so close the box, retrace the box. We got this box. We probably need to pick up some orders in, some sell orders. Let's see. I mean, it got to oversold, but once again, if anything's lagging, the RSI is a lagging indicator, so I don't use it much. But it's good to have, just to see. Let me go back. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Let's see. Okay. So this is what we would call something when you talk about more of like an Elliott wave, or if you talk any wave, talk about any wave because you have the Neely's rules. If you talk about Neely's rules, or you're talking about GAN, WD GAN, shout out to people who know about. We talked about WD GAN and a lot of his indicators. You know about some of these guys and some of the history of this stuff. You know that this is one of those patterns that's more like a flat or like a diagonal, and it's just doing this, boom, 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 boom. All right, and what that's telling me is that we are in some indecision right now, and we need to break out of this box. So this is part of the trading what a lot of people don't like, because you have to be patient. You're like, I don't want to be patient. I want to grab it now. I get it a lot. Hey, I'm ready to trade now. Trading is patient game. Okay, very patient game. Now, what I can tell you though is we do have this high set in, and right now we are kind of doing. If I go back from here, it's kind of this area right here, right? It's kind of here. So entered this channel, support, ran up, resistance, support, resistance. It looks like it's going back down to support. So what we can see is a potential test back to this support area, which would break this box. And if we break this box and then maybe even potentially break this support area, we can see a further down move to somewhere in here. Somewhere in here, right? It looks like a lot of buyers in there. So that kind of aligns with our box or with our line. So if we come back down in here, you may have some buyers right in this area that should also bounce off this line. That line can take us to May 7th, or excuse me, that could take us a move to this support area all the way into May 7th. So yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch as we play out this diagonal movement, just to work out the, because you have to wait for big buyers to step in or big sellers. So we need to see who's going to win this fight. So that's right now, it's a big fight going on. All right, so we'll keep an eye on it. Let me check the daily chart really quick, and we'll get out of here. Let's see. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it, but I definitely see this movement. Oh, that's a nice. I like that. I like that. Okay, so let's take this. Still moving here. I'd have to give it there. See, that would have broke a rule. So if it was here, 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 when it came back here, that broke a rule, right? So we need to take that off. You have to start over. Boom. So I give you here this consolidation. It'd still be wave 2. 3 came in, broke a rule. So it keeps breaking rules. So what I like to see is this happen. This may be what happens until we either break out or break out. So yeah, that's exactly what's going on. This consolidation here is trying to find out which way it wants to go, bull or bear, right? Remember, I got some price targets up here. Where's that? Let me see. Where's my area? There we go. So yeah, I got some price targets for this area in here. So if we can figure this whole thing out, because this looks bullish. This is bullish. Okay. Downward, boom, 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 pop. Right. Where would it pop? Potentially. Like I said, it really should be a little bit lower than that. So we'll probably say like 34 to 39,000 on Bitcoin. That's what you can expect near term. If this rule breaks, we break under this. Let's see. Yeah, you break the rule here. Yeah, we're going back down. We're going back down. All right. But right now, everything's looking solid for a move higher. So we'll see. I think that might take us into like June though. It might take us to like mid-June. So we'll see. I'll be playing the downside. If anything holds, I'll be taking profit as we move along, and then we'll re-enter our positions on the BITI. So that, my friends, is how we do it. All right. This is just a quick market watch. This is what I'm seeing using the S&P 500 and Bitcoin, because we have positions in those too. So I just want to show you those. And from there, you can take your analysis and do what you feel you need to do with your portfolio. And hopefully this just helps you to see some directional activity of where we possibly can be going. All right. So with that being said, family, if you are looking to become a little bit more serious with your trading, you want a little help, or you just want a community of people, like-minded people at that, who are going through some of the same things you're going through. You want a little direction. You want to take advantage of the AI that we have, because we get insider trades, market news. We get to see when the big dogs, people with 100 million, 200 million, $1 billion are buying things. Not only that, we can go in here and put in commands, right? So I'll re-enter this command. So I can put in a command and see what the AI actually thinks about what's going on with the market, right? And it'll tell me, hey, our predictions based on what the AI is seeing with the overall market, we think the market is about to fall. You see it's red. So this just gives us another edge as traders, investors, because we do swing trades, we do day trades, and these alerts have been fire. As you see, we got plenty of profits, right? So everybody should have access to the profits section. We have plenty of profits, but not only that, we have other things that we can go into and pretty much share what we're going through. So we have the mindset section. We have people who are showing the workouts. I put in the nutrition plans, right? For those of y'all who've been wondering, hey, how did you lose all the weight, right? I've added my nutritional plan here, but I've added the workouts here. I've added the nutrition part here, right? I've added so many things, and then we have the come up series where people are saying, look, this is my come up story. This is what I've been able to do. This thing is literally packed with people who are just like-minded individuals who know what's going on. And ultimately we get to the bag, because it's more than just trading charts and looking at certain balance sheets for companies. It's an overall thing. So we do the mindset, we do the workouts, we do the nutrition, we talk about the family issues, right? See, I mean, we have it all. I've thought of it for the most part. I think for me personally, I've thought of it all. So we have it all. We come in here and we stay in here. This is what it is. And we trade out of this place. So once again, it's only $50 a month. It's super reasonable. And I'm not gonna lie, I may take it up pretty soon. But for now, it's $50 a month. I definitely suggest, take advantage of it if you want to be better or do better, or just want that community and access to the tools that we have. I've put it all here, family. So I definitely hope to see you on the inside soon. And other than that, I'll see you on the next newsletter video.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These